It's Wednesday, September 8th, 2021. A few articles I want to share with everybody today. And it's really unbelievable what we are witnessing take place on a daily basis now. Daily, it is just shocking when I read these articles, when I watch some of the news out there, when I'm watching videos. I'm blown away with reality and what is happening, and yet people are in denial. They don't believe this stuff. They believe everything is okay. They're in fantasy land. They're in their little bubbles. And I cannot stress enough that all of us continue to prepare daily. Most expensive home in America defaults on $165 million in debt. Heads for sale. This home called The One. Now, I saw this home a couple months ago on a video, and it's an incredible home, 105,000 square feet in Beverly Hills. And this house was expected to be listed for $500 million. The developer, Niami, this guy's got a lot of energy, real exuberant. You got to give the guy credit. He builds these incredible mega mansions. He's extremely talented. But I think maybe he might have bit off more than he could chew on this one. But this home, you can go to YouTube, check out this home, The One. Producer Michael did a video on it a couple months ago and did a two-part series on this home. It's so big. 4,000 square foot master bedroom, multiple pools and jacuzzis. This home had its own nightclub. It had a 4-lane bowling alley, a running track, 9 bedrooms, hair salon, theater, cigar lounge, 10,000 bottle wine cellar. Absolutely incredible, over the top. Taxes on this house alone are $1 million per year. But the developer now in very, very big trouble. He's got massive debt, massive unpaid bills on this home. It's probably going to be the most expensive home ever sold if it sells. But here's the problem. The last home that would even compare to this home would be the home that Jeff Bezos bought back in 2020. He bought the Warner estate for $165 million. So there's your comp, $165 million. That's the highest price home sold ever in LA. Now, can this house break the $165 million mark? They were going to list it for $500 million. The home is in default for $165 million. So they need this home to sell for a lot more than $165 million. Just when I look at this stuff and how over the top it is, and this isn't a knock on the developer Niall. Seems like a nice enough guy. I don't know him personally, but I was watching him on the producer Michael show, looking to buy like $1 million watch. Yet this guy is defaulting on $165 million of debt and unpaid bills. And yet here we are watching people looking at $1 million watches when they're defaulting on over $100 million of debt. So, this is the reality of where we're at, the illusion, and in many cases, the bubbles that some people live in. So what do you think about these massive mega mansions that we're seeing popping up? New York, Los Angeles. It's the amount of wealth out there, this 1% who got the breaks, who got the bailouts, who got all the helicopter money, who's getting the opportunity, who's avoiding the taxes while you and I continue to pay taxes. These people don't pay taxes. You do. I do. And they can buy homes like this. I mean, just think of being able to buy a home for $50 million, $100 million, $165 million. And heaven knows what this home will sell for. $200, $250 million? It's possible. The 1% out there is so wealthy. Maybe I should say the 0.0001%. This very top group of the pyramid who got so much help, who has so much power. And look how these people live. And driving to this house, to drive to this house in Beverly Hills, you're going to pass thousands of tents, thousands of homeless people, neighborhoods that are crumbling, streets crumbling, infrastructure crumbling to get to this house. So I can appreciate the beauty. I can appreciate the talent of somebody, a developer creating something like this. But at the same time, you know, is it just over the top too much while so much of this country is suffering? And yet we have such a small group of people who are doing better than they've ever done. That top 1% is making more money than they've ever made, laughing all the way to the bank. Job openings soared to 10.9 million as companies struggle to fill positions. This on CNBC this morning. What do you think about that? You know, I continue to have people write me. They're broke. They can't afford survival food. They can't afford an ounce of silver or an ounce of gold. They can't afford to prepare. They don't have any money. Job openings soared to 10.9 million. Now, I'm not saying that these are all well-paying jobs. Most of them are not. Many of them are in the service sector. But if you're broke, if you have no money, if you have no preparations, if you have no security, why are you not taking one of these jobs to go make some extra money, getting your side hustle going to make that extra money so that you can take advantage of this time right now to go out and buy those preparations while you can still get them? I don't understand people always complaining that they just can't do something because they don't have money. It doesn't stop them from the $9 lattes, doesn't stop them from going to the bars, going out to dinner, going out to lunch every day, doesn't stop them. But here, there's opportunity, and people are going to be forced back to work. Right now, you could walk in and get a job, probably start today. At some point, people are going to be fighting for a job because when all the unemployment runs out, and much of it has 10 million people as of Monday lost benefits and are losing unemployment. And at some point, a lot of this unemployment is going to expire, and more and more people are going to be forced back to work. Right now, you can get a job, walk in and get a job. At some point, it's going to be much harder. And the employers right now are under the gun because the employee now has the power, because these companies cannot exist. They cannot make money unless they have employees working there. And right now, they're paying sign-on bonuses, $18, $21 to go flip burgers somewhere. It's absolute craziness. But that's going to change at some point. It is going to change. So take advantage right now while you can and go make some money. The hedge today, insanity. There are now a record 2.2 million more job openings than unemployed workers. Again, you could go make some money. Now, I believe the unemployment numbers are much higher than many would believe. Shadowstats.com, we're looking at 25% unemployment. But there are people that are very reluctant to get off the couch now. They've gotten so accustomed to sitting at home, watching cartoons and Netflix, that they're not motivated. And I guess at some point when the money does run out, they're going to get motivated. Maybe by then their car will be repoed, they'll be evicted, and then guess what? Now you're in big trouble. You're homeless. Try getting a job, especially in California, if you don't have a car and you don't have an address. People are really, really playing with fire. The hedge. Please don't pop our precious bubble. This was a very good article. I'm going to share it with you. And if you get a couple minutes, check some of these articles out. Do your own due diligence. Knowledge is power. People always complain, we can't do anything about this. What can we do? Well, one thing you can do that costs nothing is take a couple minutes out of your day and read. Go to some of these articles on CNBC. Go to The Hedge. Go to Michael Snyder's website, The Economic Collapse, and read the truth and educate yourself. You know, until you realize that we have a big problem, you're not going to understand how to solve the problem. First, we have to admit that we have a very serious problem. It says in this article, just join the crowd, grab a few $1,000 and turn it into millions. This is the illusion that millions of people now are living in today in America. If we don't call the bubble a bubble, it won't pop. So let's all be in denial. Let's not say bubble. Don't say that word. If we don't say it, it won't happen. Out of sight, out of mind. This is how people now think. What differentiates this bubble from the 1720 South Seas bubble, the 2000 dot-com bubble, or the 2007-2008 housing bubble. What differentiates this bubble is this bubble has swept up, the one that we have currently, the everything bubble, has swept up housing, stocks, junk bonds, commodities, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, and numerous collectibles. The bulk of Americans' household assets are now firmly lodged into the maw of the everything bubble. People are saying this, and you've heard this, you've read this, you've watched this. I turned $10,000 into $10 million. My cat turned $6,000 in my Robinhood account into $6 million by walking on the keyboard. I turned $100 that my aunt gave me for my birthday into $6 million in one trade, and it was in a meme stock. Human greed is unlimited. The number of currency units that can be issued by a central bank is unlimited. The number of NFTs that can be originated is unlimited. People living in this imaginary world will find out reality will not be forgiving. Again, human greed is unlimited, and I've never seen so much greed in this country as I've seen now. And you've seen it on social media, everybody trying to be a big shot, everybody showing us what they're driving, what they're eating, where they're vacationing, I mean, down to their hotel room. I mean, this is just how narcissistic America has become, and the greed is unbelievable. You know, studios in LA charging money for you to go sit in a fake private jet so you can have your picture taken so you can put it on social media. This is where we're at today. We're now judging people on what they have and what they don't have. We now look at people who have something as gods, better than everybody else. But it's so much of it is fake. It's all an illusion. People going to studios, sitting in fake jet aircraft, private jet seats, people charging money so you can sit in a Rolls Royce and they take a picture of you. People are doing anything now just to front, to impress people they don't even know. This is the society that we live in today. It's very disgusting. And look, I have no issue with making money. I like making money. I like nice things. I think it's fantastic when you can reward yourself with something nice. But shoving it in people's faces is so narcissistic. Look at me, look at me. We now believe that people that have things are better than people that don't have things. And that's a very dangerous place to be as a society, how we are, making people out to be gods because they have a private jet or they have a big boat or they, live in Beverly Hills or they have the right zip code. And this is now how we evaluate people, not by their deeds, but by their wealth. And, I look at these people in these houses, driving these cars. Have they done anything good to help anybody today, last week, last month? Did they feed any homeless people? Did they feed any of these dogs on the streets? Did they make a donation, a tithe to the church, maybe to a homeless shelter, maybe to a dog and cat shelter? Did they do anything? Did they give back? And when you've been blessed and you've been blessed to drive a nice car and live in a nice house and have your bills paid for, are you giving it back? Are you helping the community? Are you helping somebody that needs help? I truly believe that when you help people, you're going to be rewarded and that God's going to give something back to you. And that we need to really help people that are struggling right now. Not showing everybody how much more we have, but actually giving back and making sure people are eating, that their cats and dogs are eating, that they have a place to sleep, that they have safety. We have people with mental disorders all over America not getting help. I mean, it's just absolutely ludicrous what is going on. And we're making people out to be gods because they drive a Lambo or a Ferrari or have a 12,000 square foot house in Bel Air. It's just sick, ladies and gentlemen. When the mania ends and we see the declines, the first declines will be bought. As they always say, buy the dip. Every time now we see a small correction, it's buy the dip, and everything comes back. Buy the dip that has never failed. People will soon realize the smart money sold a long time ago, and there isn't enough money to keep inflating the bubble. $6 million will go back to $6,000, and that's if you're lucky. Good article. Another one on the hedge. The Fed is helping facilitate trailer park evictions. The Federal Reserve is helping corporate real estate investors to evict poor people from mobile home parks. There is a growing number of mobile home park evictions, according to a report done by NPR. The government makes this scheme possible by easy financing through agencies as Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. The Fed is buying mortgage-backed securities from Freddie and Fannie, and this makes it even more possible, right? The Fed's intervention in the mortgage markets, along with interest rate cuts, is a big reason home sales are booming, housing prices are soaring, and this allows investors to come in and buy mobile home parks. Easy financing, and guess who buys the debt? The Fed. Capacity strains send costs of transporting cars across the ocean to 13-year high. Get this, these cargo ships that bring the cars over from all over the world, Asia, Europe, are now charging $25,000 to $30,000 a day. Well, guess who's paying for that? You are, I am. Day by day, the Fed's narrative of transitory inflation is falling apart. Ladies and gentlemen, we're now in September and the inflation continues to rise. Average cost of a new car, ladies and gentlemen, $41,000. The last I checked, the average median income in America was $34,000. Average median income in America, $34,000. Average price of a new car, $41,000. This does not make any sense. This is mathematically going to be a very bad ending. When a car, the average cost of a new car is more than the average median income in America. New vehicle sales plunged further in August amid inventory shortages and production cuts. Chip shortage wreaks havoc. This is on wolfstreet.com. Check that out. So this means that these plants are going to continue to close down. Workers are going to be laid off. People that sell these cars, that service these car lots, the car industry, there's going to be very, very big trouble. And tomorrow we will get the jobless claims for last week. We'll get those numbers tomorrow morning. No doubt believe there'll be over 300,000. And look, when you see people in the car industry, people that sell cars, people that make cars, people that service the accounts, how about all the companies that service those auto plants? When those auto plants aren't running at full capacity or they're closed down, it closes all of the related business to those plants, even the small restaurants in those areas. If nobody's going to work, they're not going out to lunch. So all this is so connected. It's going to be a giant mess. And the more I read, the more I connect the dots, the more you connect the dots, the more and more you know that this is going to be incredibly bad. You know you must continue to prepare. We have so many people that believe they're going to take $100 and make $1 million. And God bless you if you do that and you're the one in a million that can do it. Look, there's people that go to Vegas and do the same thing and win a lot of money. But if we believe as a society, as an economy, that this is how the future of America, this is the direction the future of America is going to go, and this is how future wealth is going to be made by taking $100 or $1,000 and becoming a multimillionaire. If people believe this is how they're going to do it, they are delusional. The only way that you make money in most cases is working hard, putting in the time, and it takes years and years and years to acquire wealth, to invest, not gamble, but to invest your money and allow that money to grow. And this is how wealthy people become wealthy. Now we live in a society where people believe gambling. They gamble on the right crypto, the right NFT, that they're going to be a multimillionaire next week. And this is delusional. And so many people have no idea what they're doing, but they always know more than you. They always know more than me. But one thing you know and one thing I know is history. And we've seen 2000, we've seen the 2006, 7, 8 housing collapse. Your grandparents, if they're still around, saw the Great Depression. And this feels like all of it wrapped up in one. So be very, very cautious out there. Careful where you're gambling. Make sure you get the debts paid off. Make sure that you are saving some cash. Have some cash put away, and get all those bills paid off, and get yourself a little bit of gold and silver. It's not financial advice, but that's what I've done. That's what I'm going to continue to do. And it allows me to sleep a lot better at night, and I think that you're going to sleep a lot better at night by doing the same thing. So be real careful out there. God bless all of you. I look forward to talking to all of you very, very soon.